Sunday Coach's Corner with Coach Kimmey and myself, Coach Knox. How are we doing, Coach?
Great, man. How are you? That's more important.
I'm feeling refreshed.
He just got back from Mexico. Remember, he wasn't here last week. We had John Wallace from the Seahawks here, and he did a great job hosting. But I didn't fire you, so you still kept your job. He didn't take your job, but it was close.
I took some paid time off. Yeah,
you can't keep taking vacations around here, man. But anyway, a couple things. As always, thank you to Beef O Brady's for hosting us every week, and Kim, the manager here, is always great. So make sure you come by, grab some food and some drinks here, and tell them Satellite Football sent you. They'll take great care of you. Also, our wrestling team is having a basket raffle this week. And each table has information on the fundraiser that they're doing. So make sure when you stop by, you also contribute to our satellite wrestling team as well. So today, the plan. Before we get into it, first let me say, just from the head coach and all of us here from the coaching staff, Happy Mother's Day to all of our mothers around there from in our Scorpion football family. Thank you for entrusting us with your children, and your success at home and your leadership at home translates to all of our success on the field. So thank you for all that you do, especially to my wife as well. So so this week, kind of the plan is we're going to focus a little bit on the defense this week. We spent some time 2 weeks ago talking about the offense, and then we'll preview the spring game. We got our spring game on Wednesday. At 6 o'clock at Merritt Island. It's a jamboree, so looking forward to that. So we'll preview the defense today. We'll also got a couple special guests today, and then next week we'll do our last Coach's Corner of the spring, and then we'll be back again in the fall. So so first, just a little bit of a weekend review. It was a busy week, man. It was a really busy week.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, the draft. How'd that go?
Yeah, so when we do the inter squad game every year, we do like a fantasy style draft, and I had our two seniors, Bo Cole and Alex Goodale, got to draft their teams, and it ended up, I guess Bo Cole had a better draft plan.
He knew what he wanted early and often.
His war room, he had a good war room behind him.
He had his draft board set up.
Yeah, he went best player available. I think that was his strategy, but. And that eventually led into our awesome inter-squad game that happened last night. And then also on Wednesday we had our annual spring signing day. We had 5 of our athletes, our 2018 guys, signed to play college football. Joseph Schwartz and Andrew Abendroth signed with Tusculum in Tennessee. Henry Covington to Bluffton in Ohio. Eric Nix to Culver Stockton in Missouri. And Noah Mummy's going to go walk on and play with the Florida Gators, and also do track there. So really cool week, but also a busy week. Had Powder Puff game on Thursday. The seniors ended up winning that game. It was actually a lot closer than I thought. You were there last year. It was like a blowout.
I saw some Twitter beef about it. They were getting into it.
Yeah,
Coach. They were excited.
I asked them about the Twitter beef, and they said, "Coach, we're just joking around. We really, we're not mad at each other. Just consider it good advertising."
Yep.
So I think a lot of people showed up at the game just to see if there'd be like an all-out brawl or something. But everybody stayed healthy. It was a fun game. Good night. Garrett Keith kind of took charge on that, and the seniors ended up winning by only 7 points. Last year they beat that junior team. They beat the senior team last year by like 50-10.
Yep. All
right. So I thought it was going to be another blowout, but. The junior team actually came out and played really well, so it was a close game all the way till the end. So that kind of led all the whole week, man. Really busy week, and then that led up to yesterday at our third annual inter-squad game, Team Red versus Team White. We had a tailgate before. There was about 200 people that showed up at that tailgate.
It looked pretty packed.
Yeah, I mean that whole parking lot was full. We thank you to the Satellite Beach Methodist Church for hosting us over there, and Warren Green and Reverend Holloman for all they do for us. But it was packed, man. Not only was it packed at the tailgate, but you were up in the press box. You could see the stands.
I was expecting to sell some food for us, talking about the plates. And as soon as I announced them one time, somebody ran up those stairs and like, we are out of food.
Sold out within the first 5 minutes of the game.
If it even made it to the game.
Yeah, right. So, and then you saw the stands, man. I mean, I looked up there a couple times.
Our whole side looked like it was filled.
Yeah, it looked like a fall Thursday, Friday night home game. So thank you to all of you who came out and supported us. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know it was a little lopsided in a sense of the score, but overall I was just impressed with a lot of the things that I saw. We did give out some stripes this week, and I've been talking about that Earn Your Stripe program. So congratulations. It's a kind of a long list. We're about 2 weeks behind from recognizing some of these guys. But Nick Bergeron, Luke Bowling, Felipe Brugger, Bo Cole, Tanner Gammon, Jackson Hinkle, Max Hinkle, John Hinkle, the three Hinkle brothers.
There you go.
Colton Jones, Carson Knowles, Danny Maldonado, Scott Wien, J.D. Arnold, Spencer Husenfeld, Lyle Ingram, Parker Jones, Chuggy Morris, Benji Nix, Jake Jacoby, Jaden Rittenhouse, Ryan Berube, Philip Brown, Bobby Clark, Logan Ivy, Gage Malkin, Jake Palmer, and Valen Vigliotti. That's over a couple weeks. And we talked about effort, leadership, and attitude, and those are the guys over our spring football season so far that have represented who we are and the behaviors that we expect from our players. Recruiting wise, we've had about 40 to 50 schools already come through satellite, and it's a lot of exciting times for some of our younger guys and even our guys who are about to be seniors, and building their marketability as they get closer to playing college football here. And then, to be honest with you, you can tell me what you saw from the press box, but the team white ended up winning 34 to nothing, I think was the final score. So again, a little lopsided, but I saw a lot of good things from both sides of the ball. Like, what were some things that stood out to you?
Well, I was waiting for Bo to put up his Heisman post in the end zone. He was all over the field. JD, that one play, man, I thought he was about to get tackled. Two dudes right in front of him. It's just a speed bump.
Yep.
And that's kind of how the game was for the team white. It was a speed bump throughout, but everybody had fun.
So. They did, and we stayed healthy.
They stayed healthy.
There was a couple times, where some of those guys got, whether they were running the ball or just getting tackled or making a tackle, and you kind of hold your breath a little bit because you don't want to hurt a guy against your own team.
Exactly.
So I know those guys are excited to actually go hit somebody else from another team on Wednesday.
Full out for them.
Exactly. And then, how did the younger guys look to you from up there in the press box?
I saw one young quarterback. He was a little guy. Didn't know who he was, but he was
Gage Malkin.
He was able to run all over the place. He was making some nice throws on the run. I was really impressed.
I like that little sprint out game they had going.
He had something nice going. Yeah. I liked it.
And it was kind of like they gave him it was like a run pass option type deal where because he's quick enough where they just say, hey, look, if it's not there, run. So
there's one play he lowered his shoulder and got an extra yard or two. Yeah, I was like, man, I thought he was just a shifty guy at first.
Yeah, he's pretty tough. He's a tough kid. And I heard a coach say the other day he's about as tough as a $3 steak.
Yeah, okay. Not sure through that.
So anyway, to be honest with you, from my perspective on the sidelines, I wasn't on either team. I was kind of bouncing back and forth from between both teams. And I tell you what, I'm glad that all those guys are on our team. You know what I mean? Because you forget that in the moment. There's two different teams. So I'm glad they're all on our team. I saw some flashes of brilliance. Obviously, some things to work on and improve on, but we're going to coach them up this week and get it all right by Wednesday. But a lot of things that I saw from the older guys, the younger guys, offense, defense, that really impressed me. We're going to be really set up for success this coming fall based on all the hard work that we put in the spring, and that was kind of a fun way to end spring before we get into our spring game. And to be honest with you, I think our Group B guys, which are typically our younger guys, they to me stood out. Like I thought, obviously there was guys, the JDs, the Bows, the Hinkles, some of our guys, the O linemen, the D linemen. They, on our older guys, they played as expected. You know what I mean, which was a good thing.
Yeah.
But they didn't seem to lose a step. Our line really set the tone defensively and offensively. But I think our Group B guys, that's some of the best young players that I've seen in a while in this program. So the future is strong, the next class of champions, and I'm excited to see them go out and play on Thursday and Friday in the coming fall. So we do have a special guest today. We're going to get into that now. J.D. Arnold's here. He's one of our team captains. He's a rising junior, class of 2020, plays linebacker and fullback for us. Since we're previewing the defense, and he's essentially one of our defensive captains, we wanted to bring him on, kind of like we did when we featured the offense and we brought some of those guys on. So we're gonna bring him on, ask him a couple questions, and then we'll kick him out.
All right.
We'll see. Well, I'll try. He's pretty big. I hope
I'll let you handle it.
yeah, right.
Just don't tackle him.
All right, JD.
What's up?
Tell me, how was that inter-squad game?
Fun. It was a lot more fun than last year.
I know you didn't get to practice for the first week or so because of states, but how was it getting out there?
It was stressful leaving. Getting to hit kids legally.
So how about the defense? How are you liking it?
We're nasty this year.
What's the tone of it? How do you guys feel?
We're fast, but we're not as big. Last year we lost a lot of our size, especially in the secondary.
Yeah.
But up front, we lost one guy, and we made up for him with Luke Bowling, replacing Henry, and we're moving a new guy into D tackle, and he's going to play wherever. And then Boa and Goodell are both stepping up in the safety big time after losing Caden and Cam.
Those two hard-hitting safeties from last year.
Exactly. We got two new fast guys replacing the size.
There you go. Well, how about where are you looking forward to for summer? I know you just had one nice off season. How about another?
I'm hoping to gain a lot of weight. Put on more weight, put on more muscle, be faster, stronger, quicker. That's what you can expect in the off season, especially over summer. You train every day almost.
Absolutely. You have anything yourself that you're doing over summer?
I'm probably going to work on my 40 a lot. I got the Ray Lewis camp coming up in June. I got multiple school camps I'm going to go to. Definitely the Mercer camp as of right now. Haven't decided where else yet.
Absolutely.
I don't know. There might be a family vacation thrown in there somewhere. I'm hoping.
Second year in a row with that Ray Lewis camp. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how about fall? What are you looking forward to for the fall season?
I'm hoping for an undefeated season this year. I'm feeling pretty confident. Our offense is looking just as good as we were last year, especially after replacing Noah Mummy. John Hinkle's stepped up a lot from last season. He was a little iffy last season, but after what I've seen this spring, and this inter-squad game wasn't his best, but still it looked a lot better than...
He's maturing.
He's maturing a lot. He's definitely put on more weight, speed. One thing he needs, he's gained a little bit, lost some weight, so that's good.
Yeah, exactly. All right, JD.
All right.
It's good talking to you, man.
Good talking to you.
Hi, Mom.
All right, JD's getting out of here. He's got to go to his to a little Mother's Day event. So thanks, JD. And you know, I think one of the most important things that he talked about that I think has set the tone completely for us defensively is our defensive line. For us, it starts and ends with the D line. I mean, we are we're gonna build around that, and just like any successful football team, I'm gonna bring the Eagles up just because
you have an athletic defensive line this year.
That's
Coach.
right. That's right. We're just trying to build the team like the Eagles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it starts with that D line, baby.
I got you.
So for us, I think been the biggest surprise. I don't know if it's a surprise, just it's really been an awesome thing to see with our defensive line. We have a new coach there too that's been coaching our defensive line, Coach Rick Dormany, and he's just been doing an awesome job of teaching guys to engage blockers and to really keep our linebackers clean. So now I would be remiss if I didn't bring a defensive lineman on. And he just walked in late, so I'm going to put him on the spot. So I don't really care if he doesn't know what he's about to get asked. He's going to have to just do it, kind of on the spot. So let's welcome Trevor Fish, one of our senior defensive linemen.
Well, I couldn't imagine Trevor Fish showing up without being fashionably late, seeing how he's one of the swaggiest defensive linemen I've ever met. Thinks he's a little shifty.
Thank you.
All right, Trevor, how was the inter-squad game?
Oh, it was fun. I liked how we just everyone was competing out there. Like it was all like aggressive. It was like we just like kept the tone up. Like everyone was wanting to play. Like it was like a real game.
Exactly. So how about the defense? How do you feel about the defense this year?
I like it. I like what I'm seeing.
What's their tone? Like, are you guys physical
We're really
defense?
aggressive. Like we want the ball. We want to attack. Like no one on the defense is like lazy. Like everyone's like attacking the ball.
There you go. And then how about what are we looking forward to for summer?
Summer, I can't wait for the workouts and the conditioning. I'm gonna go there every day.
You got any goals for yourself over summer?
Get my bench up. Get my pecs huge.
Where are you hoping to bench at the end of the summer? Give me a number, Trevor. 315. All right. All right. And how about for fall? How about the fall season? Senior year for you?
I don't know. 350.
350. How about for football in general?
Football. I mean, I think the season's gonna go good for us. John's stepping up, like JD said. Like everyone's just like everything's just clicking together. So I'm excited for the fall.
Absolutely. You got any fall goals like for the team? JD said undefeated.
Undefeated. I guess I'd say that too then.
There you go.
Undefeated.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Trevor.
Thank you.
And,
Good job. Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
Factually late.
He just woke up about 2 minutes ago. So all right, and then we also would be it's not complete talking about the defense without bringing our defensive coordinator on. He's also our strength and conditioning coach, Paul Hodges. Been with us for going on his third year, and we're just, I mean, he's really changed everything about our team, strength wise, speed wise, and defensively. I mean, we are better up front, better on the defensive side of the ball, better in the weight room than we've been in a long, long time. So, Coach, if you could come on, and we got some questions for you.
How we doing, Coach?
Doing awesome.
You want to tell me about the philosophy of our defense?
Attack, attack, attack. Be as aggressive as possible. We want to initiate all the contact. We don't want the contact to come to us. And just put as much pressure on them as we can.
Absolutely. In the past few years since you got here, I started seeing the players actually hit a little harder instead of when I was playing, a lot of us would just be ankle biting. Like we were little mosquitoes trying to bring down these guys. Your guys, now, even your safeties from last season, they came down and like, I don't care if you're 50 pounds heavier than me, you're going to be the one on your back.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with just confidence and learning how to tackle. Coach Kimmey last year, I remember we had a big, long conversation. And when we rolled into spring last year, I said the previous year, which was my first year, Coach, and I said one of the biggest things is our guys were in the right position to make the plays. We just couldn't make the plays. One of it because we were just a poor tackling team.
Yeah.
And so, we agreed to every day in spring football is to make sure that we put in a 15 to 20 minute tackling circuit every day just to give these kids more confidence so that when they do run across that guy, they know what to do. Not only now we put them in the right position, but we're giving them skills to make the play.
Absolutely. How's the personality of the defense, Coach?
Oh, I love them. They're great kids. I mean, you lose kids that you get really attached to, but then you got some new kids coming in, and I'm just really excited. The two safeties, they went from corner into safety, and they've done great. I think maybe playing corner has actually helped them at safety because now they trust, they know where the corner is supposed to be, and when we're running cover twos or we're running half coverage, quarter, half, they know exactly what's supposed to be done, and they're doing great. And then defensive line, when you lose a Henry, that's a tough guy to fill. I mean, you're talking about a 300-pounder right there that not just 300 pounds, but a 300-pounder that can move. And I really thought that might be a real soft spot for us to be able to fill that, but I actually think our defensive line is going to be our strength this year. Not only the guys we got playing, but the depth there. I mean, we're going to be able to rotate probably 8 guys in and stay fresh and not lose. And the guys that roll in are just as good as the starters. So it's really not going to matter who's in there first. It's a lot of it's going to be who's playing offense and then giving breaks and learning how to get that rotation going. But yeah, I think our defensive line is definitely our strength.
Well, Well, I saw about maybe 800 sacks last night from that inter-squad game. So I definitely tell the D-line's willing to get pressure. They're ready for it, Coach.
Before I came today, that's what I was watching, and I was just telling Coach how the most impressed I was with the game was the defensive line. You know, the penetration they were getting. They were driving the offensive line back. Poor old Hinkle had like a half a second to throw the ball. I mean, he's probably still having nightmares about Luke Bowling and
Luke Bowling taking the
JD.
year off.
Oh my goodness,
coming in, he looks ready to play, Coach.
I'm excited about getting him in the weight room too. I mean, I don't know if he's been lifting the weights because he's taking a year off, so I can only imagine what he's going to be after a 9-week program.
I saw him about a week before spring started, and I didn't recognize him. He was playing basketball at the base gym. I'm like, man, that kid can move. He's got good size. Next thing I know, he comes up to me. He's like, hey, Coach Knox, how are you? I'm like, Luke Bowling.
Yeah.
Says he's coming back to football. I was like, all right. Saw him last night playing, and man, can he still move?
Yeah, I mean, he's very aggressive too. That's, you know, first step. He beats a lot of guys first step, and he's able just to a good athlete.
So overall, how did you feel about the inter-squad game?
Well, my team got their butt whooped, so. But, you know, it was the Boco, J.D. Arnold show. Those two guys dominated. They did a fantastic job. And we tried to do everything we could to keep those guys inside the box. But, you know, like I said, poor old John had about a second and a half to throw. We didn't get much offense out of that. But as a coach, you know, you want your team to win. But me and the other defensive coaches, we were just sitting back and using that time to observe and watch both teams and watch positions, because there's still a lot of jobs that are kind of iffy. Who do we want here? Who do we want there? So this was kind of just a final showing to see, you know, who could play. And for the most part, we saw what we expected. There was a couple nice surprises, but pretty much, you know, saw what we kind of expected. And so, yeah.
Absolutely. So how about for summer from a coaching point? You excited to see those guys back in the weight room?
Oh, you know it. Yeah, because right now, you know, with all the 8th graders coming in, I'm really excited about getting my hands on those guys.
Absolutely.
And, you know, just make sure that they learn proper technique, mechanics, not too worried about how much weight they're pushing. You know, we got to put that strong base on them. And a good 8 to 9 weeks, give us a good start before we roll into fall ball. So you'll see a big difference in those 8th graders. Some of them probably have never touched a weight a day in their life, and they're still learning how to move their body. They still haven't grown into that coordination yet. So, you know, when you start doing specific drills and body awareness, and then start teaching them proper techniques and everything, you're going to see big difference in those guys.
Absolutely. So we'll finish up with you, but how about you tell us about your speed and strength camp, Coach?
We run a speed and strength program at South Beach Fitness. It's every Monday, Wednesday at 7, and Friday at 5. Former member of one right here.
I enjoyed it. I definitely got my bench up about 40 pounds in 10 weeks or something like that.
Oh, yeah. You come in with a goal. We sit down. We'll talk to you about what you want to achieve out of the class. And then every day is a little different. Monday we work on footwork and agility. We spend about 30 minutes on that. And then we come into the weight room and we'll do upper body lifts. And then on Wednesdays, all about explosion. We do nothing but plyometric training, and then we lift legs. And then on Friday, we have some fun. We go outside. We work on linear speed. We work on their 40 starts, form running technique. We use parachutes, sleds. And then we come in last 20, 25 minutes and train some arms and let the kids have fun, because, you know, everybody likes the arm gun show.
Absolutely, Coach.
But it's a good program. We offer two different pay cycles. It's $150 a month. For 3 days a week, and then if they roll in season and they need to miss a day, it's $100 for the month, and it's 2 days a week. So, and the program is ongoing. Kids can roll in for a month, roll out for a month, and we average anywhere between 12 to 15 kids in class. So it's been very successful. It's been a lot of fun for me because it keeps me involved since I'm not teaching school anymore. It's a great way for me just to keep doing what I'm doing and working with young kids. So.
Absolutely. And before you head out, tell me about your details for the spring game. Where are you seeing, Coach?
Okay. Out of Merritt Island, what I see is a lot of formation, and try to deceive you with your formations and keeping the motion. One thing that I do see that we don't see a lot of out of Merritt Island, they run the double wing. So we'll have to recognize that and check into what we've been working on all week on that. They got some good athletes. I expect them to be strong down low and in skilled positions, a lot of speed, but hopefully we'll put all our guys in the right position to make the plays. And then Heritage is a lot like us. They run a spread. Do a little bit more option than we do. The way they run it, I was just telling Coach, they run it a little different. They'll use motion to try to put you in a vulnerable position. They're going to use motion to set up the matchups that they want. However, we do not roll a whole lot in the backside, so I think we'll be able to adapt really, really well to that.
Well, with the tenacious defense we have over there, Coach, I think we'll be just fine.
I appreciate it, man.
Good
Thanks.
talking with you, man.
And happy Mother's Day to my mom and my wife. I love you.
Absolutely.
See you, Coach.
Yeah,
See you.
Have a nice day. All right.
Hey, man, you know, my job is so much easier when you got an awesome defensive coordinator.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And strength coach, and man, he just he's really helped us a ton. See you, Coach. And you know, he hit on a few things that are extremely important. And you know, I think one of the other things that I like about our defense that you know, one thing he didn't mention is they look like they're having a ton of fun.
Oh, absolutely.
Isn't that what defense is all about?
Coach, I think when I came to practice, a couple of them were barking. Like they're embracing that role.
Yeah,
you know,
I
their
mean,
lifestyle at this point.
I'm a firm believer that defense is about half technique, alignment, assignment, and half just passion, intensity, and wanting to have a lot of fun doing it.
Absolutely.
And you know, I don't know if you noticed, but like on the white team, the D line, they were doing like the frog roll.
I saw that. I made note about it across the intercom.
On the intercom, yeah.
And Jay Bergeron sitting in front of me, and he goes.
It was his son doing it with Luke.
And he goes, the offensive line was not intimidated, so I made sure to let everybody know that my inside informant.
Yeah, right. yeah, right. Exactly. So I mean, the D line was like rolling around, and they were doing all this crazy stuff. And even in practice, you'll see like when one guy makes a tackle, he's got 4 guys around him hitting him on the head. Great job, great job. Somebody picks it off, the D line's turning and running like they're the new, you know, they're leading that whole train to the end zone. So there's a whole culture now in our defense where it's just like they love playing it. They love getting out there and being physical and playing fast and just having fun doing it. So
absolutely, just
that culture in itself matched with our kind of that tempo style where we kind of just we go and we score and we don't really even look at the scoreboard on offense. You know, I mean, that match together, it's a good combination. You know what I mean? And it makes me extremely excited for the spring game. So let me just kind of talk about from what I've seen from the spring game from both of the defenses, and then we'll kind of wrap it up. So Merritt Island, well coached, sound defensively, good tacklers, you know, pretty sound up front, and always going to have some good athletes defensively and some good team speed. I'm confident our scheme, our tempo is going to give us an edge, and you know, I'm just excited to take all those 3.5 weeks of practice and just put it out there on the field and validate it. So heritage-wise, they like to run a little more man, and I feel like we do have some good schemes to match when we see that kind of man coverage, and so we'll mix it up. And I will tell you this, you know, we're going to be exciting to watch, whether it's defensively or offensively. You know, you just make sure you come out on Wednesday and stop out and see us, and we'll be back next week to update you on how the spring game went, talk about who made our final varsity roster, who's coming to Alabama with us like we talked about in the beginning shows, and then kind of preview our summer. And it'll be the last Coach's Corner of the spring before we come back in the fall.
Absolutely.
That's it, man. Are we good?
I think we're set.
No trips to Mexico next week?
Not that I have
Okay,
planned.
well, I wouldn't approve the vacation if you did. So, anyway, from Beef O Brady's in Satellite Beach, I'm Coach Kimmey.
Coach Knox.
And this has been the Sunday Coach's Corner. We'll see you guys next week.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Go Scorps.
Absolutely. All right.